Hey YouTubers, Jennifer Tardy here, your career success coach, and we're back for our weekly tool or tip on YouTube. I'm so excited that you decided to take this journey with us today, because today we're going to talk about how to interview conversationally. Now, I know that sounds like an oxymoron, because I know that some people think that there's no such thing as being able to have a conversation during an interview, but I'm going to challenge some of those myths, and I'm going to share with you why. So don't miss any of the tools, don't miss any of the tips. Stay through until the very end to make sure that you capture all of them. And as always, if you like this video, then tell us that you like the video and tell us why, and subscribe to the channel so that you can always see the new videos as they come in. So let's jump right into it. My personal opinion is that interviews are way too structured. Way too structured. And as a matter of fact, organizations are trying to find ways of becoming a little more structured, not because of the candidate experience, but just to make sure that our interviewers are feeling confident and competent and secure as they are conducting the interview, that they're feeling confident in their ability to assess the people who are actually interviewing. But me personally, I feel like they're becoming way too structured, specifically for the job seeker. And so you as a job seeker, you can kind of take control back during those interviews. Something else to know is the reason why job seekers like yourself probably don't feel that an interview is conversational. It's because you feel like they're supposed to be doing all of the interviewing. They're supposed to be the only person asking you questions. But one of the things that you should be able to find confidence in is that interviewers are a two-way street. You should be interviewing the organization to see if there's a fit for you personally, just as much as they're interviewing you to see if you are a fit for the organization. So take back some of that control. Pull up your seat to the table, because you want to know as much about them as I'm sure they want to know about you. All right. So going back to this whole conversational interviewing, this should be a two-way conversation. And what it means is, yes, have a few questions prepared. Always have some questions prepared in your back pocket, but at the same time, follow the conversation happening, follow their questions, and then interject another question to them. So if they ask you a question about some of your strengths and weaknesses, it is completely acceptable for you to come back in and say, while we're on this topic, I'm really interested in what the reputation is like for this department. How are your clients, whether they're internal or external, how do they view this department? And if they're asking you another question about some of the challenges that you've solved in your past, it's completely acceptable for you to come back and you to ask a question related to that interviewer's top 3 challenges. So while we're on that subject, may I ask, what are the top 3 challenges that are on your mind today that someone in my position could come and take off of your plate immediately? You see how that works? It's not scripted. It's just your interest in the actual position, and you're being engaged enough during that interview that you have a question for them. And it's so natural that no interviewer is going to say, hold on, no, you're not supposed to be asking me questions. I'm supposed to be asking you questions. So you're not going to run into a moment like that. So don't wait until the very end of the interview to ask a question. Ask them throughout. And the more your interview becomes conversational, the more your interviewer begins to see you as a person as opposed to a candidate. And you want them to be able to humanize you and see you as a person over a candidate any day. And the more comfortable both of you feel, the more you feel less nervous. The less nervous you feel, the more confident you feel, the better you show up for that interview. And it all equals great things. So also, Being conversational during an interview shows that you're enthusiastic because now you're engaged in this conversation. You have to be because you have to follow it in a way that you can ask some really thoughtful questions. It shows that you're enthusiastic, that you're engaged, and as I mentioned before, it just makes things seem more natural and it gives a more natural feeling. So here are a couple of disclaimers that are also extremely important for you to know. Number one, don't bogart the conversation. Do not jump in and say, wait, no, I have this question. I've got to get my questions in. Do not bogart the conversation. Allow it to be natural, just as you would any interpersonal conversation. Find the pause, then ask your questions. Number two, don't come with a slew of pre-prepared questions because odds are it's not going to flow in the context of the questions that are already being asked and answered in that moment too. And number three, don't make your questions SAT questions. This isn't a standardized test for the interviewer. This isn't your way of trying to show that you're smarter than the interviewer. So just make sure that these are just natural questions that anyone would really care to know about the process, about the company, about the person who's interviewing you. Got it? So all in all, make sure that you remember it's a two-way exchange. Come with a couple of pre-prepared questions, but they're only to keep in your back pocket. Ask thoughtful questions. Remember that it makes you appear engaged, enthusiastic, and it makes things just look a little more natural. And you'll see then that there's a psychology behind all of this, because the more your interviewer is talking and talking about things that make them feel good, the more that they're going to walk away from the conversation thinking, this was a good conversation. And when they think about you in a positive light. And you always want them to think about you in a positive light during an interview. So I hope this information has helped you to prepare for your next interview. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And tell me in the comment section, tell me something that you've done to create a conversational interview on your end. I'd love to hear about it. So as always, join us for more weekly. We're here every Tuesday. Just come on back where you'll see new videos posted. So until then, Black Career Success is the place to be. I'm Jennifer Tardy, your career success coach, and I'll see you soon. Take care.